my name is Rebecca Bomann, and this is just a short video to share my story about being my grandfather's caregiver. He was a dedicated family man. He had 4 children that he raised and made breakfast for every morning. And during the last years of his life, he took care of my grandmother who had dementia. And so after my grandmother died back in 1999, we began to get a little concerned for Grandpa, saying, you know, you're living by yourself, you're in a 2-story home with stairs, and we just don't think it's safe for you to be living in this great big home all alone so far from us. We purchased a big Rambler that was about 2,200 square feet, and we were going to live there together. The plan was simple. Grandpa, we're going to come, we're going to help you fix up your home, we're going to put on the market, we're going to sell it, you'll move in with us, and we'll all live happily ever after. So we started going over to his home an hour away every weekend, helping to landscape, clean, fix up the home, pack things, sort things, get the home on the market. Then it didn't sell. The house sat on the market for several months. Buyers came and went, agents came and went, no offers. It started to get uncomfortable. It was really a difficult experience for him. He was hospitalized a couple times during the home sale process. Still no buyers, still no offers, and his price went down. Eventually, the listing expired and he took it off the market and thought he could find a buyer on his own. During this time, his health started to decrease. Grandpa really couldn't live on his own anymore. So we moved him in with our family. He did find a buyer for his home and we sold it, but the buyer was moving things in before closing, and the nightmare continued all the way until the closing date. When it was finally over, I thought to myself, what an ordeal. This has been an 8-month process, really a nightmare, just to get his home sold. And it felt like there should be an easier way. Well, during the next year, Grandpa continued to live with us, and it was a very special time of being his caregiver. My second son was born, and Grandpa would sit in the rocking chair and sing 1940s love songs to my newborn, like A Bicycle Built for Two, and fun things like that. We'd go shopping together. We'd cook meals together in the kitchen. I went with him to all of his doctor's appointments, different surgeries that he had. We were together all the time, Grandpa and my 2 sons and I. It was really a special time, and I would never trade it for anything. Unfortunately, during the time that he was living with me, his health continued to deteriorate. No one could diagnose what was wrong with him, but he was losing weight and getting weaker. And there came a time when his care needs were so great that I could no longer be his full-time caregiver. I remember the time that I went into his bedroom and sat down with him, and we talked about how I was no longer able to take care of him, and it was time for him to move into a nursing home or rehabilitation hospital in order for him to get better. And we sat there in his room and we talked about how special it had been to live together and to have a 1.5 years together, and all the great things we had done as a family. And we both cried because we knew that the time was over and that I couldn't be his caregiver anymore. It was a sad day. And little did we know, when we were sitting there talking, that he would pass away within 3 weeks of that conversation. After he moved out of my home, they finally diagnosed his illness when it was too late. I was able to be his caregiver until almost the end of his life, which was very special. It was as a result of this experience with my grandfather that I developed a real passion for the quality of life that seniors have, because we don't know how much time we have left with our elderly loved ones, and each day is really important. This experience with my grandfather fuels my vision of our company, SASH, to provide seniors with an easy home sale process. Not necessarily because it's the latest and greatest real estate fad, but because what we aim to do in every home sale with every client is to make it the best experience we can and treat them the same way we would want to treat our own grandmother or grandfather. Essentially, for us to provide a home sale to that client like I would have wanted for my own grandfather. This fuels my passion in the quality of life for seniors, giving them hope and respect and dignity, care, and love for as long as we can. So thank you for allowing me to share my story with you, and thank you for going the extra mile to serve the seniors that you know in your life or that you serve with your organization, to make every day that they have the best that it can be.